Arielle, thank you for doing this. So you work in the medical field. Are you RN, LPN?
I'm an RN.
An RN? How long have you been doing that?
I've been an RN for 8 years.
8 years, okay. And you're here at the Medical Freedom Rally today because you are against... You are against the forced vaccination or the forced jab for the virus.
Yep.
Is this a position that you've come to on a without much thought? Is this something you've put a lot of thought into? How did you arrive at that position?
I put a lot of thought into it. I think as nurses, one of the things that we're supposed to stand for as a profession is informed consent. And this is taking that away. This is taking away the possibility of you sitting down with your doctor and making the decision that's right for you as an individual. And I think every medical intervention has a risk-benefit analysis, and we all need to be able to take that into account.
When an employer, especially in a medical environment, says you're going to do this, or do you think that falls into the category of informed consent, or is that pretty much coercion? Are you being coerced at that point?
That's definitely coercion at that point.
Are you finding that others in your career field that you talk to are sharing your opinion on this?
Yeah. We feel like it's an opinion that is difficult to speak up about, but yeah, there's definitely people, even if they took the vaccine themselves or the jab themselves, they're against the fact that it's being mandated.
By employers?
Yeah, by employers.
What do you think is going to happen now as some of these employers are creeping up on these dates? Because like some of them have been given hard and fast dates of September 4th, others are September 20th, some are October 1st. Do you think that some of the people that are resistant to it now will start to, and I don't want to paint them in a bad light, but do you think they'll start to kind of cave in a little bit and say, okay, my job is too important, I can't afford to lose it? Or do you think people are going to get even more backbone and say, what are you going to do, fire us all? Or what do you see happening?
I think there will definitely be some that stand up and say no, like I'm not going to let you make that decision for me. But a lot of people can't afford to make that decision.
Right.
You know, so it means losing your livelihood, and I think that's strong-arming people into making this decision when they don't want to.
How do you respond to the people that say, well, it's perfectly safe? Do you think we're at a place where we can know that right now?
No. The safety studies are supposed to take 2 years. And honestly, the VAERS data is not proving that it's safe. So, yeah, I don't think we can conclusively say that at this point.
Have you been anti-vax your whole life?
No.
So you're not anti-vax?
Right now, I am not necessarily pro-vaccines in most situations, but I think there's a lack of data for people to actually make informed choices on that matter.
And I ask that because then if you were against this one, then they try to lump everybody into a fringe radical group of no vaccines, and not that people who won't take vaccines are fringe or radical, but that's what they're trying to do, the guilt by association.
Yeah.
To other people in the medical field, what would you say to them as they're creeping up on that hard and fast date of you do this or else?
I would encourage people to stand strong in their convictions, because I think that, well, we'll see the impact of all of this, you know, whether it be 6 months or a year or down the line. I think we're setting a very dangerous precedent, because if we mandate and force this, what else are we going to mandate and force? But I also have a lot of compassion on the people that feel like they don't have a choice but to cave.
Right.
But I would encourage them to stand strong, because they're not alone, even though they feel alone.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you.